Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
Okay, I get messages from dudes I used to go to high school with, and I'm talking about like graduated years before me and shit. Talking about some, oh, you bad now. Oh, you glowed up. I knew you was gonna be fine. And it's just like, you trying to talk to me, and that's the first thing you say? You trying to rock my world with that shit. You just called me ugly. Kind of hurting me, but shit.
So I come from a really big family, and I ain't always looked like this. So having 6 beautiful sisters, it's hard. It's gonna be hard regardless when you have a lot of sisters. But I remember vividly this one time we was at the grocery store, and I was out with my mom and all my sisters, and this man walked up to my mom and was like, "Oh my gosh, you and your daughters are so beautiful." And then he looked at me and was like, "How does it feel to be the only boy?"
I've been waiting for this one, still in my work attire, and I do not even care. So basically, my whole life I was bald-headed because my mom kept giving me perms, and I kept straightening my hair, and it looked a hot mess like Exhibit A. Then I got my first weave and learned how to do a makeup and look like Exhibit B. I had the weave more as a protective style to help my hair grow and to not have to perm it and straighten it and do all this other stuff, and it grew like Exhibit C. So boom, I go to one of my friends at the time's house, and her mom is like, "Oh my god, you look so pretty. Wow, I never realized how pretty you are. Wow, you look really pretty," after I got my weave. And she's like, "Oh no, you were pretty before, but no, you look really pretty now." And then when I went back to high school, people thought that I transferred because they didn't think I looked like the same person. Just because I did a minute change and got a weave. Motherfuckers thought I looked better.
So my mom told me a story about when me and my brother were little kids and stuff, and basically how it went was that we had like a little double stroller type of situation because like I was a twin brother, a fraternal twin brother, which means like my brother looks different than I do, but we're the same age. And she would tell me that like whenever we'd visit relatives' houses and stuff like that, they'd always be like, "Oh wow, he's so cute," to my brother and stuff, and try to pick him up and all that. And then they never did that for me. Actually, how it went was that so people would take turns holding my brother, but my mom would always be the one who held me. And then, not too long ago, my aunt told my mom that, "Wow, I didn't think Liam would turn out the way he did." And like, excuse me, what is that supposed to mean? Like, you legit just thought I was ugly.
I have a lot of times when this has happened to me, but this one really affected me and reasons why I don't use Instagram. And I don't blame this person at all. She is a beautiful girl and I like totally understand. So my pictures have never done well on Instagram, and I see a lot of girls from my school that post pictures and they do so well, 300 or 500 likes, And this one time where I took a picture with one of my friends, and she's really well known, of course, and she's really pretty. And I posted her, and my picture got 200 and something likes. And at the end of the night, I realized it's not because I was in the picture and people thought I was beautiful. It was because she's in the picture and everyone loves her. That's why. And I just stopped posting after that.
Oh, I'm gonna win this one. So my best friend at the time was starting to become popular, and I was the unpopular kid. So she had to ditch me, and one of the best ways to do that, she decided, was to tell everyone who my crush was. My crush found out on the last day of school. We had summer break. Then when I came back from summer break, my crush had moved, and my whole class decided to tell me that the reason why my crush moved was because he found out that my ugly ass had a crush on him. So he moved because of me.
Okay, well, real quick story. So I was in the 7th grade and I had a little boyfriend or whatever, we're cute, we're cool, simple. And so all the kids were coming out of class and I was really cool with one of his friends. So he was like, "Oh yeah, look, like this is blank's girlfriend. Like look, he's trying to show like one of his friends." And the guy literally said, "Yo, she's ugly as like to my face." And like everybody was coming out of class, everybody heard, like he was loud, and then they were looking at me, and then he was going on my features, regular black girl features. He was like, "Oh my god, her lips biggish. Look at her nose, look at her teeth, da 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 da." And it's like, dang, like I was like 13 and I was like, wow, like I'm ugly. Like I thought I was cute. Like terrible.
All right, so I already knew this. Like, nobody had to tell me this. And the only reason why this one really hits home for me is because no words were exchanged during this transaction at all. So this happened last fall when I was a freshman, and I was trying to study for finals, and I was like, you know what, let me go to the library and study. So I had my whole table set up, and I'm like, yo, I need a pencil, duh. So I'm digging through my bag, and like from my peripheral, I see a guy walk past my table. And while he's walking, he does a 1, 2, 3. So he did a triple take. So I'm like, okay. And I see this all from my side. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. And he comes to my table. He takes off his, like, beats. And as soon as I turn around and we make eye contact, he backs away like he just seen a crime scene. And in my head, I'm like, just like that. Like, I know I'm not Rihanna, but I'm not Jay-Z, bitch. You didn't have to do me like that. That was uncalled for, sir. Uncalled for.
Okay, so I never, ever thought I was ugly until middle school, where people, I think we all know what kind of people, my black sisters, I think you know exactly what kind of people I'm talking about. The black boys, because we didn't have, or I didn't have, right teeth, I'm not even going to talk about my teeth. I had bigger thighs, a bigger chest, a bigger butt. My hair was shoulder length, but it was very curly, and my mom used to put it in these beautiful braids. And since it wasn't like this type of hair, like long, silky down to my ass, I was made to think that I was very ugly. And I did lose a lot of self-confidence until I got to motherfucking high school. Actually, 8th grade, I got up on my shit. Maybe 7th grade, now that I'm thinking about it. Because you can never convince me that I'm ugly, baby. Ever. Not your mama or your daddy. I don't even know if that was...
Bro, this was just the other day, too. I was trying to catch the elevator as it was closing, and I got close, and I put my hand out, and the little girl in the elevator said, "Oh."
Okay, so y'all gonna like this one. Hear me out. Listen to the story. It's worth it. So, it's college, right? And we partying in the basement dark. So you really can't see nobody. She's from a rival school. I've never seen her before. Well, from what I could see downstairs, right? We partying, dancing, da-da-da-da. Cool. Everything's valid. Party's over. We're going outside. Keep in mind, she's only talked to me up until this point. We're talking about going back to my dorm. It's about to be a cool night, fun night. We get outside where we can finally see each other. She looks at me, does one of these, and goes, actually, I think I'm going to go back to my dorm. I'll text you, though. She never hit me again, bro.
Okay, not gonna lie, kind of embarrassed. It's a few occasions, but I'm just gonna do the first one I could think of. So this boy posted on his Snapchat story someone hit me up, so I did because I kind of know him. Like, I didn't know him, but like, I was like, whatever, like, let me just do it. So we talked, we having a conversation. Like, I didn't get the conversation going good. But then he must he had to go. He was going to come back, or he was going to message me back. But then I see he posted on his story, and I'm like, but I thought he said he had to go. Y'all, hold on. Because why was it a video of him captioned, when an ugly girl hits you up? So yeah, the end. But let me know if y'all want to have more. Sorry, I'm tired.
Okay, so one time I was at school and my friend posted a video of me and his friend slid up and he was like, oh, bro, she's bomb. Like, what's her at? So give him that, whatever. But he's like texting my friend right next to me, asking him like, oh, is she pretty and all that? He's like, yeah, she's pretty. And he's like, what's her body like? And we both read the message at the same time. And he looked at me and was like, my friend was like, what do you want me to tell him? And I was like, ah! And I was like, just leave him unopened. That's kind of when I realized, like, you know what? Maybe I should start going to the gym. Get on a oxygen diet. But yeah, that's the first time I realized that, I was just cute. I wasn't even pretty.
Embarrassing enough, I was in 5th grade. And there was this kid who I really liked. He didn't speak a lick of English, literally only Spanish. English is my first language. Anyway, my friend at the time tells him basically that I like him. And then she comes back and is like, oh, he said that you should go find, your own Black Prince. I was like, he doesn't like me because I'm black. She's like, oh no, that's not all. Fucking keep it, okay? Whatever else there is, I don't need to know. Me and my noggin, we'll figure it out.